So one of the design approaches as part of the MPCH initiative, we looked at 4 case studies. One was specific to cystic fibrosis. And there's a specific genetic mutation for a very small percent of people with cystic fibrosis. I think it's about 4 to 5%. And these people cannot take some of the traditional drugs. They can only take the most expensive drug on the market, which is around $350,000 a year. And this drug allows these people to stay alive. But it's the ones that have the genetic mutation where this is the only drug available to them. So ethically, fairly, legally, as an employer community, we feel that we should cover that. It is a less number of people than the total number, which is still not a very large number. The second scenario looked at step therapy. And as we might have said, if you're a good soldier and you followed the rules of step therapy, and the example in this case was rheumatoid arthritis, if you followed the rules of step therapy, that should you be burdened that you weren't able to handle the side effects of the previous or the traditional drugs, now you're at the highest tier, should you be penalized for that? And again, I think in general employers would state that no, we would try to make every effort to cover that. The other 2 scenarios were based on type of administration. So it really is preference. This person doesn't want to take the drug this way, they want to take it that way, but if they take it that way, it's going to be much more expensive. That would not be a scenario that employers would integrate into their benefit plan design. The next scenario was based on osteoporosis and the mode of administration of the drug. And unfortunately, employers are not going to be able to waive or have the burden of additional costs for that if there are other traditional ways to administer the drug that are less expensive. The last option was fibromyalgia and the side effects related to some drugs, but because it is not a serious or a life-threatening illness, they felt that there should be precaution taken, that the patient would be monitored, but that traditional drugs versus higher cost drugs would be a better option. So the challenge for employers is plan design. You've got all of these very high cost drugs. You've got to decide which ones you're going to remove the cost barriers to the consumer, but making sure that the employer still can afford them as part of their benefit plan offerings.